one of the objects of the forum also is to bring younger and younger people on its platform. That's how Mr. M.R. Pai, who was the first secretary of the Forum of Free Enterprise, right since the day it started until 1978, when he resigned as secretary and became our honorary vice president, he discovered Mr. Nani Palkhivala in 1957. Somebody told him that there is a very brilliant lawyer who has specialized in taxation. So he sought an appointment with him. He met him on the 1st of November 1957. The result was Mr. Palkhivala's first public lecture. The subject was recent changes in tax structure. That was on 2nd December 1957 at the Greens Hotel in near Gateway, where the Taj Intercontinental is standing now. And he spoke on the Union Budget for the first time in March 1958. The audience was about 800. From 1958 to 1962, he spoke in that venue when the hotel people told Mr. Pai, we can't afford to have your meetings here because we can't accommodate the people who come. Audience went on increasing. So 1963, the meeting had to be shifted to Museum Hall. Even that was found to be inadequate. So 1965, they went to, it was shifted to the CCI East Lawns. And there the first year the audience was in the region of about 3,000. It went on increasing, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. In 1982, it exceeded 20,000 people. I could see because I was involved in arranging that meeting, and people standing on the walls, sitting on the balconies, everywhere, every possible place. And Mr. Vijay Merchant, he was presiding over that meeting. Casually, he told me, Divakar, why don't you shift it to the Brabant Stadium? And next day, I went to him in his office. He was president of the CCI, Cricket Club of India. What brings you here? I said, Mr. Merchant, yesterday you said that we should shift it to Brabant Stadium. We want to shift. Then he thought, no, I only joked. I said, no, we want to take it seriously. Then he said, you give a letter, I'll put it in the committee. And within a matter of 2 weeks, he said the committee has agreed to your proposal. We'll be happy to accommodate your meeting. So from 1983 till 1994, all our meetings addressed by Mr. Palkhivala on the budget were on the Brabant Stadium, which is called North Lawns of Brabant Stadium. Excepting 1 year in 1991, he did not speak because of a heart surgery. And the attendance went on increasing. The first time we went to Brabant Stadium, it was 35,000. It went on increasing, 92, 93, 94. It is not my estimate, estimated by the newspapers. They said it was in excess of 100,000. I still remember, we used to be very, very closely in touch with Professor Milton Friedman, because we had the privilege of having him on our platform a couple of times earlier. We have also published his booklets. We used to keep him informed about our activities. One of the annual reports mentioned about the attendance at this meeting. He saw the photographs. He said it is mind-boggling. This attendance is mind-boggling. And in fact, there are many, in many meetings, I could see people from other countries coming. Mr. Pai also told me that there have been instances where parliamentarians from England and from Australia, they have attended. I used to get telephone calls right from November, December onwards. The meeting is always in the first week of March. From November, December onwards, from company secretaries asking me, Mr. Divakar, when is the meeting of Mr. Nani Palkhivala on the budget next year? Because we want to schedule our board meetings to suit our outstation members and our directors to attend the meeting. And there have been many such instances. And from February onwards, I was always flooded with telephone calls. Please reserve a seat for me. Please. Actually, tickets, these invitations had no meaning because it was a public meeting open to anyone. We were only blocking a few seats in the front rows for Mr. Palkhivala's friends and our own supporters and others. We were keeping about 10,000 chairs. And in no time, we opened the gate at 5. By 5:15, it will be full. and then people who come later will go to the stands. And there has not been one single instance where we had any problem with the audience. I must salute the audience. And we always were keen. Mr. Palkhivala said, don't put up any barricade anywhere, because he did not like those barricades which generally are put up in such meetings. Not once did anyone give us any trouble. If there is a chair, they will go and sit, otherwise they go to the stand or they come and sit on the lawns. In fact, I remember a couple of times when at least once, two Tata directors came a little late. One of them got a chair, the other man did not get. I saw him sharing a chair with another one. Next day I telephoned him. I said, sorry, I did Dr. Freddy Mehta. I said, Dr. Mehta, I'm very sorry. We couldn't give you a chair. And, no, Divakar, it is not your fault. It was my fault. I came late. Initially, we were from 1956 till 1991, we used to have a number of meetings every year on economic subjects, and there were any number of subjects also available. And after the liberalization, of course, what we wanted was achieved through liberalization. The rates of taxation came down. At one time in the early 60s, it was 97.5. Now it's in the 30s, 35% or something like that. And in fact, he used to address meetings on the budget in other places also. After speaking first in Bombay, he will go to Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Calcutta, Delhi, Ahmedabad, and sometimes Pune also, and sometimes a couple of other places. Every time in Bangalore, the meeting was held at the Vidhana Soudha banquet hall, because the local Chamber of Commerce, the Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce, always involved the Chief Minister as president of the meeting. In one meeting, Mr. Veerappa Moily was the Chief Minister. He was presiding. He made a very fine remark. He said, as a student, I used to attend Mr. Palkhivala's lectures. He was very critical of the budget. This time he has praised this budget, because that time it was VP Singh's budget. He praised the first budget of Mr. VP Singh. Mr. Palkhivala said there are many good things in the budget. So what Mr. Veerappa Moily said was, all these years he was critical. This year he has praised the budget. That means Mr. Palkhivala has not changed. The government has changed its policies.